Hello everyone, I'm back on the Enigma server, and I've got lots of fun plans for today. But first, are you aware of what month it currently is? That's right, it's October, the month of the spooks and the scares, and in order to embrace those spooks and scares, I've had my brain sucked out and donated to science. And now I can only look to the right. And what's this over here? A pumpkin in the gaming district has already appeared. I actually built it yesterday and hung out with Teak while doing it. And it houses a very special murder mystery game organized by the talented DixieRose. Basically, the premise is every few days, an enigmite, a person on the server, gets murdered somehow, and their name is withdrawn from the potential winners of this box. And the last person to survive at the end of the month will keep the contents of this purple storage container and be very happy indeed. Anyways, during that time lapse, I received a book, a very special book from TeakIvy. If you don't remember, I also received this book last episode, and it is a pass it on challenge. And whoever has it last loses. And the rule is, I have to pass it on to someone else within 24 hours, or I lose. So I have to find someone sometime this episode and give it to them before my time runs out. Hopefully we can succeed at that, or else who knows what'll happen. Transition cactus. You want to see my Halloween skin?
I do.
Okay. Anyways, I should probably explain to the viewers at home why I'm here with you, because they have no idea what is going on.
Come with me. Just so we're away from the portal.
Good idea. Okay. Yeah, so I have been concocting this in my head for a long time. I want to build a interior building competition for the members of this server. So EC here and I are going to build a bit of a suburban little area with houses that are not furnished and have no windows. And then hopefully people on the server will come and build interiors and we can have fun like that. Haven't really planned anything else out. Anyways, yeah, EC's pretty cool. He offered to help. And we're going to have a grand old time. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. We're gonna build some cute little houses for people to decorate, and that's kind of the extent of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm quite nervous because I haven't really done anything to this scale on a multiplayer server in terms of collabs, but this is going to be fun.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what people do. Beautiful landing.
Okay, that was pretty fun. I suppose you're still probably confused, though. I didn't quite do this project justice with my explanation earlier. It's quite nervous, you know. Oh well. Anyways, so this project is all about interior design, specifically competing against each other for the best interior design. What I've set up here with EC is a small little suburb in the middle of the desert. And what it is for houses. They will go on each of these 6 plots here. And inside the houses will be nothing. And it's the job of the contestants, who hopefully will sign up, to build the best interior they can in whatever house they choose. And, of course, then the best house gets a prize. We haven't quite figured out the logistics of that quite yet, but we will eventually by the time we're finished the house. We've got lots of things to do in the meantime. Anyways, those of you with keen eyes might notice that I no longer have the Book of Dread, thankfully. And that's because I passed it on to KingElffe the night before EC and I started this collab. Of course, me missing my brain and all, I forgot to record the instance that I passed it on to him, but I did record a little bit of the moment after. So let's warp back a little bit in time and see what that was all about. Oh no, I forgot to record!
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry.
No worries, man.
That was, my heart was in my throat.
I knew you had the book. I knew it.
And I didn't...
I still fell for it.
I'm sorry. Oh, man. I feel so bad. I didn't get it. I didn't. I was panicking so much, I forgot to hit record. Oh, well.
All good.
Yeah, just the nick of time, too. Teak gave the book to me at about this time yesterday, so I didn't have much time left.
Man. What time is it? 12:30. All right, so I've got until 12:30 tomorrow to pass it off.
All right. That's right, we're back on the spooky side of the server, where there's been a little bit of development in the infrastructure for Dixie Rose's murder mystery game. This back here is the graveyard she's designed. I helped her build it a little bit, and it is specifically for the people who die in the murder mystery game. Once they die, they get a happy little grave here, and everything is wonderful. And I'm quite fond of this area, to be honest. I think my favorite part has to be this half-dead tree Dixie has designed right behind me here. I really love the way the basalt and the cobwebs kind of make the tree look like it's just barely clinging to life. Anyways, in a bizarre twist of fate, Dixie Rose happens to be the first victim of her own murder mystery game. Which, I mean, is some pretty rotten luck if you ask me. However, not all is bad, because while exposed to all these wither roses, the radiation caused me to develop a third eye, which, I mean, is pretty dang cool. And having a third eye definitely comes in handy while building. Yep, I finished the first house design. Haven't gone over it with EC yet, but hopefully when I do, this will become sort of the baseline for the sort of size we want all the houses to be. Now, I've paid special attention to the amount of space in the interior. I'm trying to maximize it so people have enough room to be creative while still including all the elements that makes a house a home. Or a house a house. I mean, it's only a home if people live in it. But yeah, that's come with a little bit of a shortfall. I ended up using up most of the backyard, so sorry you don't get much room back here. I mean, the mowing patterns don't make much sense now, considering they go back and forth like this, and I mean, if I were mowing the lawn, I would go long-wise, but whatever, you know. It's small issues like that we don't really need to pay attention to, and I'm sure are pretty boring to talk about. Anyways, I'm quite fond of the design of this house, actually. I just kind of started building, and it eventually turned into this sort of Mediterranean/modern mix. I really like it. The roofs definitely were kind of spur of the moment. When I originally built it, it looked really blocky and flat, so I tried to add some shape, and I think that makes it 100 times better, personally, in my opinion. Please share your opinion, though. I do like hearing people's thoughts on my builds. Yeah, and from up here, it doesn't look quite as good. There is still things to be desired up there. But you know what? I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm quite fond of this, so I'm going to keep it as is. And yeah. Anyways, we've got 5 other houses to build. I know EC's going to do a few, but they're not there, and the houses aren't going to build themselves. And I also want to widen the road a little bit. Right now it seems a little bit off proportion to, I mean, how wide the driveway is and how big the houses are. It's just bugging me a little bit, so I figured before EC came in and put his houses in, we would push the road out, make it a little bit nicer that way. So I think I'll start with that. Ready? Are you recording?
I'm recording. Yep, I'm ready to go.
Recording. Okay, we are set. We are go. Thunderbirds are go. I really like Thunderbirds. Oh man, I'm getting off topic. Whoa. Okay.
Before we even get on topic.
Hi.
We're already off topic.
Hi, it's me again. I just wanted to double check with you that this house is going to be a good baseline for the kind of size we're looking for. I was sort of considering having 2-story houses. This one's actually a little bit taller than what you might see because the first story is 2 blocks off the ground because of the balcony entrance. But otherwise, I think this is about the size we should work with. I don't know. What do you think?
I think this is... Or can we take a look inside?
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Should I... I'm going to poke a hole through here just because this will be probably where people will enter, right?
Yeah, well, hopefully. I mean,
roughly.
Really, it's up to the contestant. I mean, if they want to put a front door over here, by all means, all the power to them. That might be pretty fun if they can make it work. I'd love to see that. But yeah, this is sort of like the intended spot for the front door. Here, I'm gonna enter through the garage. Okay,
perfect. So, oh yeah, this is pretty spacious. I think this will be perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Does come with a bit of a sacrifice. There is no backyard. But
let's take a look at that.
I think that's okay since we're not really emphasizing, exterior decoration. So I think it's all right.
Yeah.
We can always widen it out later if we need to too.
Yeah, if we want to expand the competition to be that kind of detailing as well, we can always do that.
Awesome. Yes, that sounds great. All right.
Sweet. But yeah, dude, this is looking pretty nice, by the way. I like it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't too sure of it at first. It's kind of grown on me.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique palette with is it brown terracotta?
No, yes, that's brown terracotta. And the regular and black are dark oak. And then I used blackstone bricks because it looks kind of like shingles to me, at least.
It does, yeah, especially from this kind of an angle. Yeah, that's probably the best block for shingles that I could think of anyway.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, that's looking good.
We can let the house building commence. We'll have a lot of fun doing that, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed.
Yep, I have no idea how to transition, so we'll just leave it at there.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh man.
Perfect.
And that's a wrap for this build. As you can see, there's been quite a significant jump in time. You can just peer over that way. You can see EC has built his 3 houses, and I've put sort of a bit of a base on the area, which makes it one heck of a build, I think. It definitely captures the colorful chaos I had in mind when planning this project in its early stages, and I have to say, I'm very fond of the houses EC decided to put in. If you want to see him build these, I think his episode is going to go up at around the same time this episode is up, so you can definitely go watch that in the link in the description. If you've enjoyed me up until this point, then you'll enjoy EC just as much. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about how this contest is going to go down. And to help me explain, I've set up some signs for pointers because I tend to wander off topic a lot when trying to explain something. So let's see if I can do this cleanly in one take. Here we go. Starting with contestants. Now, there are 6 houses and 6 spots for competition. Now, that doesn't mean I want to limit it to 6 people. I'm going to allow people to team up. So if 2 people want to work on this house, 2 people can work on this house. If 4 people want to work on this house for some reason, then they can. I'm going to be pretty open with that, and hopefully that will allow for maximum creativity, which, in the end, is the goal of this project. And next up is judging. I will be the sole judge. Everything will be based on my opinion and what I think works and obviously what doesn't. So, I will be going through each of these houses, assessing and kind of explaining my thoughts on the builds inside, and then making a final decision based on which one I think is my favorite. And I will be doing that in the next episode. Thirdly, creativity, which is this project's main focus. I want to invite people to be as creative as they possibly can. If that means making the interior of, say, this house a dungeon of sorts, then they are very welcome to do just that. I welcome any sort of fancy, out-of-the-box creative ideas that people have. They don't have to be just limited to, your standard suburban house. In fact, I encourage it. Next up are challenge materials. And for that, we need to cut over to these 3 boxes here. This box is for road and roof repair. Mobs love to spawn in this area, so I figured I would leave a box of blackstone for people to repair the road and their roofs. Here is a space, an area for lighting up your dark spaces. And then there's this box, which is, of course, the challenge materials. And I'm not going to show you right now. I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. But in here are several materials that I have included that might be difficult to work with in this sort of environment. And I invite people to try and make them look good. It's not a requirement. You don't have to use any of the materials in this box, but they're there if you feel like a challenge. And if they're used effectively, that will incorporate into my judgment as well. Finally, the goal of this project is to make everyone happy and have a fun, creative time, as I mentioned earlier. I'm really not concerned if teams work together or trade ideas with one another. I'm all for that. As long as everyone is creative and happy, I'm having a good time. And hopefully people can make some fun content out of this if they wish. And one more thing I completely forgot, prize. I'm not sure if I'm going to include a prize or not. I really don't have the funds to invest in a prize. I mean, this is basically scraping everything together I have, and EC has been the MVP and basically supplied most of the materials that I couldn't, so big thanks to him again. So I'm going to leave the prize up to the contestants. Alright, I hope that segment made sense. Anyways, you might notice that I'm missing something on my face. And that's very deliberate because something very unfortunate and completely off topic to this area happened a little while ago that I'd like to share with you. You see, as you may recall, I was entered in Dixie Rose's murder mystery game, which we built this graveyard for a few minutes ago in your time, a few days ago in my time. And it was fun. However, just like KingElffe, I was also slain. I was unfortunately stabbed in the eyeball, and they took it like a kebab. Wow, they're not having a good time in chat. And yeah, so I'm out of the prize pool. No prize for Kian. Oh well, that's cool. It was fun while it lasted. Anyways, that's pretty much all the content I want to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you took something positive away from it. If that means you're inspired to make your own interior building contest with your friends, well, tell me how it goes. I'm curious to know. I imagine what they come up with will be pretty interesting indeed. Anyways, that's enough of me talking. I've just got one more thing to show you. Vadrian40 and I were building ourselves an iron farm at his base, and I made a time-lapse of it. But anyways, thank you again for watching. Have a good Halloween, have a good day, and stay safe.